everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Hollow Point Game with your boy, Sheet79. How's it going today, my lovely people? Today, in the background, we got some Call of Duty Ghosts back from the archives, and I am a level 3 in this, and I show people what's up. I go ham bone. Now, obviously, that's not what this whole video is about. This video is about the NFL and my opinions and situations that have taken place over this offseason and how it's going to affect the NFL in this upcoming season. Alright, first on the list are the Chiefs. The Chiefs had an amazing season last year. They went 9-0 before they lost their first game to Seattle. And in the headlines today is, should Alex Smith be paid the big bucks? And can the Chiefs repeat their performance from last year? And I say absolutely not to both. After Alex Smith went 9-0, you saw him be afraid to throw the football down the field. He was in the pocket. He got sacked a lot more, and he threw 10 interceptions after that 9-0. It's not, Alex Smith is overrated. He's a B-star quarterback at best, and he's not even in the top 10 in the league right now, in my opinion. Next up is the Cowboys. The Cowboys have been in the headlines today. Tony Romo's contract is over after this season, and a lot of people are wondering, are they going to get rid of him? And I say absolutely. Go for it. Tony Romo has nothing special to offer at all. I think he's one of the worst pro quarterbacks in a long time. The Cowboys need to get rid of him and move on. He was a bust. He wasn't worth the money. I understand you paid him a lot, but you need to move on. The 49ers had lost some key players over this offseason, including Dante Whitner, to their defense of effect. I wonder, can he be replaced? Dante Whitner was a great safety, and we're going to have to see how their secondary responds to not having him there. We're going to need another run stopper. He was a great coverage guy. He did it all. He wanted a lot of money, but sure, can we, the 49ers, do anything about this to help out our situation in the secondary, or are we going to get torn apart through the air all season? Overall, the NFL as a whole, I think the NFL is looking really good this year. I think it's going to be not as one-sided as the West being better than the East. And I think that this season, we're going to have a few sleeper teams coming up to the ranks and surprising some people. I think Cleveland's going to finish at least a 500. Maybe one game above. I think Cincinnati's definitely going to be in the playoff spot. The Steelers have made a lot of key pickups this offseason, and I think that could help them. I think they finally might get it together again. Their defense is getting old, and next year they need to focus on bringing in new guys for their defense. I think the Patriots are going to have a little bit of a bounce back season, and I think that they might make it farther into the playoffs this year. You have the 49ers. I think the 49ers are going to be all right this year. They're not going to be like they were last year, but I think it's still going to be them and Seattle duking it out for a Super Bowl. Now, that's not to undercut the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers, also a very solid team this year. I think they're going to give those teams in the West a run for their money. I think Cam Newton is really developing into a fine young quarterback. I think he's going to show that he deserves this spot and he deserves the limelight that he's getting. And I think, in my personal opinion, that it's going to be a great season for Cam Newton. It's really going to put him on the map, and people are going to start noticing Carolina a whole lot more. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers had a couple injuries last year that really stopped their momentum. This year, if everybody could stay healthy, I could see Tampa Bay being a very quiet sleeper that nobody really notices. Then we got the Dolphins. The Dolphins, with Ryan Tannehill, looked really, really good last year, and they have put a lot of pieces together to improve on that. I think the Dolphins are definitely going to have a great season this year, and I think they're going to make playoffs. You heard it here first. We got Kansas City. We already talked a little bit about Kansas City. I think Kansas City is going to finish below 500. That's where I'm standing on them. We got Oakland Raiders. I believe Oakland should not have traded Terrell Pryor. I think, yes, he wasn't disciplined. I think he might not have been as consistent as they would have liked. But I think giving him a couple more years in that starting position instead of trading him to Seattle as a bench warmer really would have helped him out and really, really would have helped that organization out. But we'll have to see what the Oakland Raiders do. I'm predicting a below 500 season. We got the Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts looked, again, good last year. Andrew Luck really developing. I think Andrew Luck is going to have another good, not great, good season. I think after this season, he's going to have 3 years of development, and I think we're really going to see him come into fold here. The Redskins, name pending. The Washington Redskins, they got a coaching change. RG3 again. We're gonna have to see him. I'm gonna say it's not gonna be the best season for the Washington Redskins with the new coach. We'll have to see. I'm gonna say over 500, but only by a game or two, and losing in the first round of the playoffs. Now the big one, the big two, Denver and Seattle. Let's talk about Denver first. Denver is coming back with a force, and they are looking for a vengeance. A vengeance, folks. Denver got humiliated in that Super Bowl, and they have added a lot of parts to their offense and defense. I think Peyton Manning gonna have another phenomenal season and even cement that spot as the best quarterback in the NFL ever. And then we got Seattle. Seattle pretty much stayed the same. Not really too many key pickups. They really didn't need that many key pickups. So to be honest, I think Seattle gonna be in the Super Bowl again this year. Unless something tragic happens. Now, I know I didn't mention a couple teams. The Bears. I really don't have an opinion on what the Bears are going to do. Jay Cutler, I think he's not really all that special. I think they need to pick up a new quarterback. But we'll see what they do. Their defense is looking pretty solid. I'm going to say they're going to finish below 500 and they're going to have another building year next year. We got the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals did all right last year. All right, not good, not great. All right. I really don't expect much from the Cardinals again this year. So I'm going to say a below 500 season. We got the Rams. The Rams are just in a really tough division right now. They got the 49ers and they got Seattle. And I don't see them being better than either of those teams. And quite frankly, I don't see them making playoffs because of this point. Last year, they finished 11-3, I think. Something like that. It was something crazy, and they still didn't make playoffs. That's how hard this division is. We got New Orleans. New Orleans. Good team, fundamentally. not good in execution. Now, I might get a little bit of flack for this, but I honestly don't see anything that special about Drew Brees. I think he's disciplined. I think he's a smart thrower. But honestly, I don't see anything all that special about him. And then we got the San Diego Chargers. I saved these guys for last, and if I missed any other teams, I'm sorry. I'm just going off the top of my head right now. The San Diego Chargers could take their division. And let me tell you why. Phillip Rivers, Antonio Gates. Oh my God, what a season they had last year. Antonio Gates had a rebirth, if you will, just showing people that he could still go out there and make those plays that he did 5 years ago. Now, I talked a lot about quarterbacks. So my top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL at the moment, since I have a couple minutes left here, I think number 1, Peyton Manning. Number 2, Tom Brady. Number 3, I'm gonna have to go with Russell Wilson. Yeah, number 3, Russell Wilson. Number 4, I'm gonna have to get to Colin Kaepernick. Number 5, let's just do a top 5. Number 5, I'm gonna give to Aaron Rodgers. 4 and 5 can be switched. Now, speaking of which, I forgot about the Green Bay Packers. How could I forget about my cheeseheads? Oh my, the cheeseheads, the cheese whiz. I think Green Bay definitely going to make a strong push this year. As long as Aaron Rodgers can stay on point and stay on focus, we'll see what happens. Now, my top 5 quarterbacks of all time. My top 5 quarterbacks, in my opinion, of all time, have to go number 1, still Peyton Manning. Number 2, Joe Montana. Number 3, Steve Young. Number 4, Tom Brady. And number 5, it's a throw up for 5. And I'm going to let that up to you guys. In the comments down below, tell me who you think is the number 5 quarterback overall. And as always, it's been me, your boy, Sheet79. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe today. And be my friend. Alright, I'll see you later, guys. Bye.